I have a doozy of a freelancer story for you. And this will make you go, WTF? Basically, it goes something like this. I worked and have been working through a freelancer site called vworker.com. It's one of the best sites ever for getting freelancing work and for basically to get exposed to all kinds of jobs, and you get to choose what jobs you want. Now, when you're working with a client, or if you're the employer and you're working with a coder, as they call it, you get to give them a rating of 1 to 10. 1 being the suckiest, or even 0 if they're really sucky, and 10 if they've done the most excellent job ever. Now, mind you, it's good to be professional about it, and you must. But have you ever encountered someone that after you gave them a rating, bitched at you for it? Because you didn't give them the perfect rating? That actually happened to me. And mind you, I did find it quite amusing, but at the same time, I think the person who bitched at me really lacked a lot of professionalism. And this was after I finished the work, and this was after I turned it in and he approved it. You know, to me, a rating doesn't make it. If you're going to base your reputation on the rating somebody gives you, and it's not perfect, there's a superiority complex going on there. But more importantly, it's also how you treat the person. Now, the way I judge how I rate a person, to give you an idea, is I base it on a couple things. How they answer me. Are they professional with me? Are they pushy with me? If I ask questions, what kind of details are they willing to give? Are they flexible enough in case I can't get the work in on time, or I have other emergencies, sickness, whatever? Are they the kind of people I can actually communicate with and feel like, you know, we have a good camaraderie? In other words, if I have a good working relationship with the person that I've bid for and won the job on, they're going to get a pretty decent rating. And I usually rate pretty high, but conservatively, especially if I worked with them for the first time. But if I really liked them, and they really appreciate me as a coder, and they're thanking me for the hard work, and they appreciate my professionalism, which is exactly what I try to do and try to be, I definitely give them the excellent rating. Especially if I feel that enthusiasm, that whole, oh, I'm so glad you're working for us, I really appreciate this. You can do how you want, just as long as you give it to me, I don't care. I like that. Because to me, it says that you trust me as your freelancer. You trust me as the contractor. You trust me enough to do the work for you. And as long as you have that, you don't care. Now, some people can be real stick in the muds, and I think a lot of it has to do with the deadlines they want, or things like that. But other people, all I have to say, it's a personality clash, and I think a lot of it is because I really think they're under the illusion that they're cut out for knowing freelancers when they really don't. And a lot of them really don't understand what it's like being a freelancer unless they created their own business building upon their life as being a freelancer themselves. And so they understand how it works. I currently have a job like that right now, and I don't mind working for this person or getting whatever jobs as long as I know I can do them. Because there's a professionalism, there's great communication, and I feel like there's a lot of trust involved. I mean, seriously, if you don't trust your freelancer, then how can they trust you? I mean, doesn't that make sense? And I think this realm of activity should actually, in my way of thinking, really should be applied to the overall workplace, which it really isn't. However, some of the best businesses and the most successful ones who have survived while all the other ones, especially their competitors, went out in the dust, have done so because they know how to create that atmosphere where the person wants to work for them, where they're flexible, they're people oriented and not just the bottom line. That's not how it used to be that way, but it's not anymore. People want to enjoy where they work, even if they're working hard. And I think that's the moral of the story of this. You know, be appreciative of who's working for you. Who cares about the perfect rating? Somebody else will come along and give you one of those. Just don't yell at me for it, and remember the old Buddhist saying, perfection is only an illusion.